first question, Bootsy, Buckethead, how did you two meet?
Oh, wow. It was funny. What happened was, I don't know how he got my address or, anything, my contact, but he sent me um, a videotape of him sitting in a room in a bed, just jamming his head off. I mean, jam. And I was like, who is this guy? Is he crazy? Is he? And then it came to me. He's a goner, a total psycho. I got to meet him. Got to meet him. So he had a number that, how you contact him and everything. And I called him, and the next thing you know, it was like, I gotta meet this guy. And he had the same feeling. And we got together, and it's too bad the studio we cut the first Buckethead land in is tore up. It's tore up now, but he came here to Cincinnati, and we didn't have this house here. We had another house next door, and the studio was in the back. Me and him was back there just jamming, and that's where it came from.
Yeah.
That's when we met.
Buckethead, what was your first impression upon meeting Bootsy?
Gone. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Were those kind words?
Yeah, it was kind of sideways.
What were those first sessions like on Buckethead Land?
Oh man, wow! It was mind blowing because we just did it on the spot. I didn't have no idea what we was gonna do. I was thinking like, I hope he does some of that stuff he was doing on his bed, on the video. And he just got in there and just, we cut that in about, I think about maybe a week of just, just recording and record. But recorded a whole lot of songs, but we just picked, as many as Bucket wanted. And once we got the ride, the total Buckethead Land ride, we finished it, And from there, we met Bill Laswell, and he really hooked us all up.
So that was the formation of Praxis, right?
Right.
Can you, Buckethead, can you tell us how you felt about the formation of Praxis, that first group?
That was it. That's the way he felt.
Do you know what he said there?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
He was kind of stunned at first, but once we all got together, and Bill said, y'all ready? And we didn't know what the heck we was gonna do. So Bucket would maybe start a jam, and we'd all just kind of fall in. Not being, not playing with each other was like the first thing we had against us was we didn't know how or what we were gonna do. And all we knew was we was all there. And Bill just kind of got it out of us. He got us started, and we just followed Bucket.
Yeah. That first transmutation, that
Yeah.
was you, Buckethead,
Yeah.
Bernie Worrell,
Yeah.
Brain,
Yeah.
and Bill. Buckethead, what was it like playing with Bernie Worrell?
Yep. Yeah, I like it.
Going forward a little bit here, Zilatron.
Yeah,
It sounds like those sessions must have been a blast.
it was.
What was the atmosphere like when you were recording that record?
It was. We recorded that at pretty much the same time we did Buckethead Land, and we were back in the studio. Actually, I still got that tape deck that I recorded it on, 8-track. And it was amazing because Bucket would blow my mind with the guitar playing, and I would put some beats. That's when I was messing with like the drum machine. The drum machines was getting to be hip, and everybody was loving the ease of, working with the drum machine. And so Bucket would say, "Oh, that's a killer beat. That's a killer beat," and then I try to finish it up and match and arrange the song by what he's playing. And we were just amazing each other. It was so much fun. And he would go out in the woods. We didn't clear a whole lot of the trees, but it was nothing but woods out here. And if I wanted to know where Buckethead was at while I'm programming drums or whatever, he would be out in the woods running, and he had this little space gun. He'd be shooting at the aliens. It was serious. And it was so funny, and it was so much fun because I knew where to find him at, out in the woods, And my dogs used to love these bones, you get from the slaughterhouse. And Bucket, he didn't know what that was all about. He would see all these bones laying around, and it was a perfect fit, He was like, "What do you do with these bones?" What is this?
What was going through your mind when you came across those bones in the woods? Sounds scary.
Right, it's scary.
So, at those sessions, program beat Buckethead. Another question for you. What does a great program beat? What does a killer beat sound like?
He loves killer beats. He loves it.
Is that a Lindrum or MPC or what was that?
Actually, it was. I had a Lindrum, but I usually use the cheap ones because they had these distorted kind of sounds, and actually I still got about 3 of the different drum machines. Those were the ones I would really play with Buckethead because it kind of matched the sound, and it felt good. It sounded good, and we had raccoons that come into the party. Back in the barn, they would like come to the party, while we in that jam, and it's like, cause it was like a woodshed we turned into a studio, and it was the perfect thing for Bucket. Cause he's from the chicken coop, and plus we had chickens, so he was definitely at home.
Is that how it felt to you, Buckethead? Chicken comes from the roost. Monsters and Robots, Buckethead's album. You contributed some vocals.
Right.
Les Claypool, playing a lot of bass.
Yes.
Buckethead, what are the stylistic differences between Bootsy and Les? You show us how Bootsy might play something and how Les might play something.
Yes. That's pretty good. Yes.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Right?
He's on it. Yeah.
Did you and Les ever have a bass off during those sessions? Did you
Actually,
record stuff that didn't make the cut?
Actually, what we're it's funny you mentioned that because I just talked to Les a couple days ago about being on this album. You know, Buckethead Land 3, I think it is. You know, and that's what we've been working on over the last couple of days.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how's that going?
Oh, it is. It's just as amazing, or maybe no, I can't say more because that was a one of a time feeling the first time we met, you know. But it's still amazing because he got, you know, his little crew, you know, it's about two or three of them, and, you know, this other girl player named Cobb, and she is like anything he plays, she knows how to accommodate. I mean, she can step up and do her thing, but it seems to me she loves the fact that she can step up and accommodate whatever he's playing, you know. And that was amazing for me because I hadn't seen that before with him, with somebody else, you know. It was always him on the hot seat, not, you know, sitting over there where you sitting. And what he did that really struck me was he was sitting where you were sitting and she was sitting here. And he was watching and giving her little directions, you know, and I had never seen Bucket do that. And I cracked on him for a minute. We both started laughing, but it was like I was serious. Like, wow, this is I never seen him, you know, because he was always playing, you know, and so that really not shocked me, but it got me because I never seen him do that, you know.
How are you feeling about these last couple of days, Buckethead? Can you tell us what that means?
That means he is ecstatic. Yes, about the whole ordeal. I mean, you know, the good thing about it is when we hook up, we never know what the heck we're doing. And, you know, we had a conversation about maybe that's a good thing, you know, not to know, as opposed to have everything pre-arranged. And, you know, we don't really work like that, you know, for us. You know, when we walk in, we start figuring out what we're doing, you know, and it always feels so good. Plus, I hadn't seen him in a little while, you know, and, you know, he hadn't been here for a while. And, you know, so all of that at once was like, wow, this is amazing.